Hi, I'm Vic. I'm an indie author of Cozy Mysteries, and I'm currently on my journey to publishing the first book in my first series. So welcome, this is week one of my YouTube channel. I decided that on the 7th of November, on a grey Friday in Scotland, I would just start. This is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I've always put it off. So if you are also similar to me, hello. And I hope that the kind of shoestring nature of this is okay for now. I'm working with what I've got. So this is week one of my channel, but it's week one in what I'm calling project proof copy. So project proof copy for me is to get my first book, which is currently sitting at 80 of 90,000 words, to a full draft and through several rounds of self-editing. We'll document how I'm getting on with that there, so that by the end of this year I can upload a basically formatted version and get a proof copy for myself. Now this is important for me because writing this book has been taking me a very long time. I first started really seriously thinking about this book in series and this option as a career, as a chronically ill mum, back in 2021. Now the intervening years have had lots of ups and downs, not notably coming out of the tail end of a pandemic, but I also underwent several surgeries, major surgeries for endometriosis. I had a hysterectomy, and unfortunately the fallout from those surgeries and the hysterectomy were negative in terms of my health. So they didn't actually improve my health but had other effects. And there's also the kind of mindset and financial implications that come with dealing with worsening health and inability to maintain a salaried job or find another sort of regular position. So the other side of starting this channel and the other side of Project Proof Copy is really related to my bigger goal of becoming an indie author who is published and successful on my terms. And part of that is obviously that this will become a career and it will generate an income. So I will also be talking about the question of the financial side of being a chronically ill mum who's trying to be an indie author, because as an indie author, we front all the costs. And at the moment, my budget, so to speak, or income for this is made up of a patchwork of small side hustling income streams. So I thought it might be interesting on this channel not just to see in sort of real time the process of getting to that first book published as an indie author, especially as someone who's in their late 40s, but also the kind of question of how am I going to pay for that, especially when my budget is very, very limited and I'm trying to do this essentially on a shoestring, but still to a level of quality that is going to afford me the success that I would like from my stories, my worlds, and the series that's going to unfold from this. So I thought I would start my channel today as part of that. And part of that is, again, this momentum I've gained through 2025 and also the kind of mindset shift that I think I've been undergoing in terms of thinking about indie author life as the books and the creative process, as much as the side of it being a publishing business, and part of that being about finding potential income streams. So discoverability is firstly a huge aspect of that, finding your potential readers, potential audience, but also thinking about all the ways in which I might have been leaving opportunities for new income streams out of there. And YouTube is one of them. Now, I'm not under any illusion that this will be straightforward, that this will be easy. I'm fully anticipating this will be a slow burn, no guaranteed kind of project, but I'm at a position now where I'm thinking I can't really leave opportunities, potential opportunities, on the table, so to speak. So starting this YouTube channel is much more than documenting my journey to publishing the first book. It's going to give a kind of holistic view of all the kind of processes that go into that from someone in a position like me. So I'll just say a little bit about what I'm currently doing in this first week of my project proof copy. So I've had a really good writing week, got up to the 80,000 milestone, as I said, and I'm hoping going through November that I will get that next 10,000 words in and I'll be able to start the first round of self-editing. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks there'll be a couple of videos about that. On the side of the question how I'm going to pay for this, how I'm going to pay for the production, I'm trying to save as best I can from the small income streams I've got towards some formatting software, ISBNs, and then also some editing, proofreading work in the next year. So this is kind of going to take several months for me to accumulate, you know, the several £100s that I'm going to need in the pot for that. So at the moment I have one sort of main side hustle, I guess, which is eBay. And the reason I'm doing eBay, and I restarted it again last month, is because I have a lot of stuff to declutter, you know, clothing, books, I have kids, so kids stuff, and I'm finding also as a person with chronic illness who's at home all the time, obviously clutter really affects our mental health, but it's also the kind of physical aspects of cleaning and tidying and just thinking about where things go, and just a general sense of overwhelm. So I thought eBay would be a really good way for me to address those kind of two aspects, declutter and generate some income and put that into my book production funds. So that's kind of my main focus at the moment, and October was quite good. I managed to generate about £100 and so worth of sales. November is starting off a little slower, but I do have lots of uploads to do, so I will just document weekly how things are going in terms of the income generation side towards the production costs and how I'm doing with that, and whether I find any other side hustles, income streams. I do have a Substack, which I don't have a paid tier for yet, and I'm kind of thinking about that. But again, as someone with chronic illness and someone with a big goal of getting my Cosy Mystery published, I'm wary and conscious of pacing, and also starting this channel. It's going to be a balance, so that could be interesting. And also I'll just pick up as and when I can, maybe some ad hoc things like some online surveys and so on, but I do find they really can burn me out quite quickly. So again, it's a kind of patchwork, or what I've been thinking of it in terms of recently is a kind of kaleidoscope of side hustles where I'm kind of constantly having to sort of shake the pieces up and refocus and reconfigure them. So I think it might be quite interesting to document that as well. So I hope this first video, week 1, project proof copy, has been interesting, and I'll be back with more videos soon, and I hope that I will also be able to document whether this YouTube channel, also on a shoestring budget, is also growing as well. So thank you so much for joining. If you stayed to the end, please do like and subscribe, share. Yeah, that would be really, really helpful. Okay, speak soon.